Hello everyone! As you can see from the title, this is going to be a journal flip through. This is something that has been requested quite a bit. I have posted like snippets from my journal on Twitter and such. This is my old journal. I filled it up a few months ago actually. It's ring bound, as you can see. It is quite thick. Disclaimer, I will be covering up quite a few things in here because I'm just not comfortable sharing a lot of things that I talk about. Yeah, so let's get started. Right at the front, there's this pocket thing where you can put things in, and I have this happy hello card, and a photo of me as a toddler, and a birthday card. Put these things back in. And then here I have this currently ... list for when I did daily entries. I would just write down what I was currently reading or listening to or whatever. I actually got this idea from Whitney from Witty Novels. She did something similar. Definitely go check out her journal flip-throughs if you haven't yet. They're amazing. I get so much inspiration from her. So if you see something that looks kind of similar to something that she did, I probably got the idea from her. Right off the bat, I'm covering up the first entry because I can tell you what I wrote about here. I just don't want you to read the actual words. So I started this journal April 7th, 2016, so quite a while ago. And the reason for this first entry was when I decided to go back to Germany. When I realized I had to go back, it was really, really difficult. So I took this journal and I wrote about it, and that's how this got started. And then here, right after that entry, I made a list of things that I missed about Germany, like things to look forward to again once I got back. And I did something similar with things that I would miss about the UK once I was gone. This page looks really crappy. I just wrote a list of songs that I loved at that moment, but it looks not good, so yeah. This entry is about the Lady Midnight Superfan event that took place in London, which I'm so glad I still got to do before I had to leave the UK. Yeah, so that's the train ticket that we took to go into London, and I just wrote about everything that happened at the event and who I met. And Dominic Sherwood was there, so that was pretty amazing. I wrote quite a bit about this. And here, this was the ticket to the event. This is in reference to Halsey's song Colors, which was my favorite for a very, very, very long time, and I still love it. I have loads of these Ikea postcards, and I never knew what to do with them, so I just started sticking them in my journal, so there are a few more like this in here. This was a quote from when I was filming a video with Faye, which was actually really, really funny. It doesn't read as funny, but I actually uploaded the video a while ago, and it's the first sentence challenge. I'm pretty sure I put it in the bloopers at the end because I thought it was really funny. There's another postcard. This entry is about a night out with Faye, her sister, and her sister's boyfriend. We went out to London. Yeah, we went out for karaoke, we got drunk. It was a lot of fun. And this doodle is from this girl that worked at the bar, and I really, really liked her hairstyle, so I made this little doodle right here. I need to cover this up again. This is about the day that I met up with Gemma from A Novel Youth. And I'm covering up because we spilled some tea. Here's my train ticket again, and I just wrote about what we talked and what we did. I also talked about how upset I was about the fact that we did not take a selfie together, and I'm still upset about that. This I wrote the night I got back from the UK, so when I was back in Germany. And this is a letter that Faye wrote me before I left, a random to-do list, which I don't think I did everything on the list. And here's a photo of Faye and me from a very long time ago, actually. This was the first time I went to visit her. I realized I haven't written anything for a while, and then I just stopped that entry and wrote again 2 weeks later. This was my birthday, and because so much time had passed, I just made a short list of everything that happened in that time. I like to decorate pages with washi tape, which is what I did here. Also with like scrapbooking paper, I just like to fill pages with that. This is something that I found on Pinterest with these paper clips. You just put them into the ring part of your notebook, and then you can like add an extra page with something. This was a birthday card from Knock. This was my package from Redbubble with the Andrew Minyard jumper. Redbubble always sends these stickers along. Random magazine photo. The lyrics to Lost Boy by Troye Sivan, and I really love that song because it reminds me of Neil from the Foxhole Court, which is why I put that little fox sticker down here. And here's another extra page. This is the publicity letter thing, whatever you call it, that I got with The Savage Song, which Titan Books sent to me. Here I made a list of my favorite books of 2016 to that point, and I added some doodles, which actually look kind of crappy now that I look at them. An entry about my first day at my new job. It was great, even though I wrote yikes. It was just a lot. I like doing these monthly overviews with a to-do list, a to-read list, important dates and book releases, videos I wanted to film, and then I also made a list of books I wanted to buy because I wanted to treat myself. Another random entry. This page I actually really like. This one not so much. These are lyrics from 21 Pilots' House of Gold, which is one of my favorite songs from them. And I really liked these lyrics, so I wrote them on like scraps of paper, and I ripped out this magazine photo and just glued the scraps of paper on that. Yeah, so I really like how this page turned out. I really do not like this one. I tried to draw House of Gold, but it looks really stupid and I hate it. A Christmas card, again from Knock, and some things that were in the card. Another random postcard. I think this is another idea that I got from Whitney. Just creating like a small pocket with washi tape and scrapbooking paper, so you can like put these things in here. Being an adult is exhausting, which it still is. In an attempt to lower my TBR, I made a list with all my unread books, and then I wrote down in which month I read them. This isn't updated because I kept buying more and more books and I was running out of space, so I just kind of abandoned that. First time I DNF'd an ARC that I was sent, which I felt really bad about, but it also felt really good because I wasn't enjoying the book. This was nail polish color that I wore. Some watercolor stuff. These were some of my first attempts at like watercolor stuff using a water brush pen. I think a brush pen. This is a really long entry about the rampage that took place in Munich last year, which was really hard for me because I live in Germany, and even though I don't live near Munich, it was still not easy to deal with because I was also following it along as it was happening, and it just did something with me. So I just wrote about that and how I felt and what happened and how I felt after going out shopping and just imagining myself in that situation, which was really frightening. I should not have done that. These are parking tickets that I found in my car and decided to glue in here. This is a library receipt of 2 books that I borrowed. I don't use my library a lot because I don't have a lot of English books to choose from, sadly. Another monthly overview, to-do list, a to-read list, and a book releases. When I put the arrows next to this box, it meant that I didn't read it in that month, but the next month. Here I tried making a list of my top 10 books/series. This is not an current favorites list because I realized I didn't know how to choose 10 favorites, so yeah, this is not top 10 books or series. And I wanted to draw some books in the background, and you can see the sketch, but I never finished it. Here are some more song lyrics. These are to Hayley Kiyoko's Gravel to Tempo, which is also one of my favorite songs. Love it so much. Here I made quite a few online purchases, and these are like the business cards that came with them, and this was an envelope which I decided to put in here. This is also one of my favorite pages. This is a quote from The Secret History by Donna Tartt, which is one of my favorite books, and I just put this ripped up piece of scrapbooking paper and then put the quote over that, and I really like how this turned out. Beauty's terror, whatever we call beautiful, we quiver before it. This is one of those daily entries that I talked about earlier, where I just wrote down what I'm currently reading, what I'm listening to, what I'm watching, feeling, what I'm loving. Always Andreal. A list of videos to film, and I just layered like scrapbooking paper and washi tape to make this a bit prettier. This was a random entry because Faye sent me some stuff, which I was really happy about. And then I realized that I got the month wrong to this entry. This entry was about my 4-week evaluation chat that I had with my boss, because I'd been there for a month and then we just talked about how things were going, if I was happy with everything, if they were happy with everything, and we both were very happy, and my boss actually said that she was very lucky to have employed me, which was one of the best things said to me. Like work-wise, it just made me really happy. Another random postcard of a very fancy-looking bear. A September overview, to-do list, to-read list, and book releases. I have so much washi tape, so I decided to cover an entire page with washi tape, and this is not even half of what I own. This page is really random. Snack, some candles I burned, and this was from some fox socks, and I really liked that you knock my fox off. This was my TBR for Diversathon and some other diverse books that I wanted to read. And this I thought was really funny. This plane ticket was actually in one of my used books that I bought a while ago. So someone left their plane ticket in the book that they sold, and I got it, so I thought it was pretty funny, so I put it in there. Here I made a list of quotes that I wanted to use for bookmarks, but that never happened. And here I tried something new, and I don't think I did that for any other month, I don't know why, where I reviewed a month. So I summarized some good things that happened, some not so great things that happened. And here's my October overview. My only to-do thing was to be happy, and again I had a very ambitious TBR, and this was some music I was enjoying, and I made a list of my favorite Andreal fanfics because why not? I skipped an entry here because, again, very, very personal that I don't feel comfortable sharing. Yeah, here I was feeling kind of down. And here's another daily entry with currently reading, listening to, watching, feeling, and loving. Here I tried like a bullet journaling layout, which I realized did not work in this kind of notebook, at least not for me. So that was a fail. This was an arc that was sent to me. I always make myself this reminder of when the book was released, so I decided to stick that in here and write some thoughts on the book and the star rating I gave it. And this is a random magazine photo. Here's another daily entry, this time a bit different, where I just summarized some relevant things that have been happening, like work being stressful and the US election. In here, under this sticky note, I just wrote something about myself that I just wanted to get out, but it's still kind of hidden, so yeah. I tried doing this habit tracker, but it just did not really work out. Again, wrong kind of notebook to do this with. And then here I was looking, I didn't have anything to write anything on, so I just wrote down my hairdresser appointment. And this, let me see if I can get this off. I don't know why I put this in here, but this was the package of a moisturizer I bought. I honestly have no idea why I put that in here. I'm pretty sure I wanted to cover something up on this page. Because that's what I'd often do, is when I didn't like a page, I'll just cover it up with like scrapbooking paper or gift wrap. These are some Lomography pictures that I took years ago. I still have the camera, but I don't have any film to take pictures with. But I really, really like how these turned out. Especially this one. This is one of my favorite photos that I took with that camera. These were some lists of videos to film. Another Redbubble sticker. And here I taped 2 pages together to make another like pocket here, and they're just some random notes in here. This is from a magazine. Another daily entry of currently reading, songs I'm loving, and exciting news. This, oh my god, there's glitter everywhere. This is one of my favorite, it's not even really a quote, but it's something that Nora Sakovic wrote about Neil and Andrew. It's not from the book, but something that she posted on her Tumblr. And this is my favorite thing ever. And I have it in here. I have it on my Twitter layout, my Twitter profile thing. I have it in my phone case. I have this everywhere. I love this so much. This is the tag from the Fox onesie, which, fun fact, I'm actually wearing right now. And this is some glitter, which was a very bad idea to put in here because it's falling out and it's everywhere. I wanted to cover this entire page in stickers, but then decided against it, so it's just this one corner covered in stickers. This is one of my favorite Yankee candles, Macaroon Treats. Smells so delightful, I love it. And this was a cinema ticket to Guardians of the Galaxy from a very long time ago, which I saw with Faye. These are some notes that I made from Pokemon Moon, and I wrote them on this Amazon envelope, and I guess I wanted it in here. This is my list of favorite books from 2016. If you want to see the video, I'll link it down below. And I also made a list of disappointing books from that year, but I didn't make a video on disappointing books because, I don't know. There's some more candles that I burned. This one was really good. Lemon pound cake. This was on my Kindle, like a sticker cover thing that I didn't want on there anymore, so I put it in here. And here I glued 2 pages together again and put some Christmas cards in here. Let me see if I can get one out. There are 2. And this one didn't fit in there, so I glued it on the page. This one was from Faye, and it's so beautiful. I love it. Another entry that I don't feel comfortable sharing. I listed my favorite books of the year so far, what I'm currently reading, and what I've been listening to. I guess I forgot to put something on this page. Here I taped 2 pages together again to put in some book swag, like postcards, I guess. And here we have one of my absolute favorite moments from the entire All for the Game series by Nora Sakovic. This is the Roast of Rico. I don't even remember his last name, but Rico. This is iconic. I love this moment so much, so I had to put it in here. And this was another arc that I really did not like. In April, TBR, which did not happen. I didn't read any of the books in April. Another arc that I actually DNF'd, but I do want to pick it up again in the future. This page I really, really liked. These were some, I don't remember where I got these glitters from, but I decided to put some glue on the page and then stick them on there, but yeah, a lot of them aren't glued anymore, so that was a fail. Here's another TBR for May, which I actually read in May, so that was pretty awesome. And this was my last entry for this journal, which was actually just a year after I had gotten back from the UK. And the last page says, "Love yourself." And I really like how this turned out. There's more glitter everywhere. It just gets everywhere. So that was my journal. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you enjoyed watching this video. This was my first journal flip through. I'm not sure if it was okay, if I said what you wanted me to say or whatever. I do want to make more of these in the future if I do end up filling more notebooks or journals, whatever. I'm going to show you my current journal, which is this one. Of course, Andrew and Neil from the Foxhole Court. I got this off Redbubble. I hope you enjoyed watching this, and that was it for this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!